Do you want to create wall art printables, whether it's for personal use or to sell them online for passive income, but you have no idea how to even get started? Well, today's video is for you. But before we talk about what we're gonna go over, my name is Megan if you're new to my channel. I'm so glad to have you here. And I teach people just like you how to create digital designs with Canva and sell them online for passive income. So if you find today's video helpful, please make sure you give it a thumbs up, hit the big red subscribe button below, and if you've got any comments, questions, suggestions, anything like that, drop those bad boys in the comments below and I will do my best to help you out. So like I said, today is going to be a complete step-by-step tutorial on how to create wall art printables. So not only are we going to go over actually creating them with Canva, I'm also going to show you how to resize them properly. I am also going to go into a little bit of keyword research to make this video as useful as possible. And I'm going to show you guys how to actually list them in Etsy as a digital download. So today's video is going to be all about that. Let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so as you can see, I've already got Canva pulled up right here, but before we create our actual printable wall art, I do want to go ahead and go over a little bit of keyword research with you because this is very important for a saturated product like printable wall art, and I'll show you why. So right here, I've got Etsy pulled up, and I will go ahead and type in printable wall art. So when we type in printable wall art on Etsy, these first couple results, they're really cute, don't get me wrong, but if you try to rank your listing for printable wall art, there's literally 2 million other listings for printable wall art. So for you to even get remotely close to the first page is going to be very highly unlikely. You're not going to see the results you really want to see if you're going for something that has this much competition. So if you want to sell printable wall art, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that, but I personally would recommend niching down because I don't want to have to try to fight 2 million other listings. So if you see that, the niche you're trying to get into or the keyword that you're trying to rank for has this many results, you can use a keyword tool. So the keyword tool that I use is eRank, and I've got it pulled up right here. Some people use Marmalade, some people use something totally different like Sales Samurai, or I think there's one called Allura now. I think that's how you say it, I'm not sure. I use eRank, and for this video we're going to use eRank. So I have gone ahead and pulled up the keyword tool, and I've typed in printable wall art right here. This keyword has been popular on Etsy over the past week, but again, competition according to eRank is well over 1 million. You don't want to have to fight that many listings. So when it comes to the keyword stats for eRank, you want everything to be in the green or as close to the green as possible. So if you scroll down a little bit, there's some keyword ideas. So these are different keyword ideas that are potentially niched down. If you scroll down a little bit, you will eventually run into, some different keywords that aren't as highly competitive. So for this, let's see, 3-piece wall art, that's still pretty vague. I wouldn't go for that one. Preppy wall art, that's a good one. And that's actually what I have pulled up over here on this tab, is preppy wall art. So we'll just go ahead and go with this. So preppy wall art, again, is a type of printable wall art, but it's more niche down. And if you take a look at the stats right here, everything is in the green. And instead of there being 2 million listings that are, trying to rank for preppy wall art, the competition is less than 10,000. So this is a wonderful keyword to go for as of the time I'm filming this. Now, depending on when you're watching this, this may or may not be a good trend. I don't know. But as of right now, this looks golden. So I'm going to go ahead and go back over here to Etsy, and I'm going to type in preppy wall art, and we're going to see what comes up. So before we create the design, I just want to take a minute and scroll through all of these listings because y'all, color makes me so freaking happy. I am so sick of all the gray and bland and boring home decor and just colors that people use in general. I cannot explain how much I love these colors. So I'm obsessed with this preppy wall art. Like, just look at this. All the bright colors. Like, look at this. All the bright reds, yellows, pinks, greens, blues. There's even like some really cute blue ones. This is super cute too. Like, oh God, I could just go on and on about this, but that's not what this video is about. So with that out of the way, let's go ahead and create some wall art. But one more thing very quickly before we create our wall art, we want to make sure that we create like correct sizing. I mean, there's technically no right or wrong sizing for your printable wall art, but most sellers do offer multiple sizes. And since we are just creating one piece of art instead of like a set of wall art like this, let me find a good one. I keep scrolling down and I'll find a good one. Okay. This is actually a really cute one. Okay. I love all the pink. Love all the pink. Think that's so freaking cute. So if we scroll down a little bit, any good description is going to have some sizing stuff. So right here, okay, it says 8 by 11, 16 by 20, and 18 by 24. So what we're going to do, we are going to create our preppy wall art in these 3 sizes because this is what one of our competitors is going to do. Now, I'm not actually going to like publish this on Etsy, but I'm going to show you this whole process. So we'll go back over here to Canva and we're going to create a design, and we're going to go to a custom size, change the pixels to inches, and do 8 by 11. And it's going to pop up. It might take a minute. Everything's been acting kind of slow today. The weather here has been a little crazy. It's been kind of rainy and stormy on and off, and I've been on this laptop all day, so it might be a little slow, but we'll make it. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and name this Preppy Wall Art, and I'm going to do the underscore and then 811. So if you save this and then put in parentheses 8 by 11, and you try to upload this into Etsy, it's not going to let you because it's got parentheses, which is like a weird thing per Etsy standard. So I'm going to save this Preppy Wall Art underscore 811. And we're going to go from here. So when it comes to creating your designs, I know there's like a kind of like gray area about like, oh, can you like sell Canva elements? If you use Canva elements in your design and like don't sell them as is, or like claim that that's something that you created from scratch. So like, for instance, if I go over here to elements and I look at, I put this up here and I don't change anything or add anything to it, and I try to sell this, you know, like with a transparent background, and say that this is clip art that I made, then like absolutely not. But if you use multiple elements and like you put your own spin on it, then yes, you can. That's all I'm going to say about it. So since we've gotten that out of the air, we'll go ahead and start with this. So what I did was I actually went to a website called Creative Fabrica. I am not like sponsored by them. This is not an ad for them. But if you ever want to get some really cool free clip art, free SVGs, if you've got a Cricut or a Silhouette, really a lot of free stuff, Creative Fabrica has a lot. So I went through Creative Fabrica. I literally went through like 50 pages on Creative Fabrica and found some digital paper. And that's what we're going to use. So I downloaded downloaded the digital paper for free. And I uploaded it into Canva, and that's what we're using right here. I just think this green looks good because, you know, the preppy wall art that we took a look at has like bright, flashy colors. Some of it's like a little trippy, a little like 90s-ish, and I really like it, but I don't know. I think this looks pretty good. So now we'll go back over here to elements, and I've like played around with a lot of stuff. we're just going to use this trippy smiley face because I think this is kind of cool. Now, I'm pretty sure I heard somewhere that like someone trademarked a smiley face, so I don't know if I would like actually sell this. And I could be totally wrong because like, I don't know, sometimes I like dream stuff and it's like, it's very accurate. But I heard through the grapevine that someone got in trouble for like using a smiley face in their design, got like the trademark notice thing. So just be careful for stuff like that. But like I said, I'm not actually going to sell this. I'm just showing you guys how to make it. So it's cool. But anyways, back to this. So you can change the colors around. These are my brand colors, actually. I really don't like that. I need more of a pop. That's actually good. And then we'll do like this. Oh, that's actually really cute. Okay. Okay, this is cute. So I'm going to change the transparency. Okay. That looks pretty good, and we will just keep it there. So now what we're going to do is we're going to resize everything before we like save everything and download it and then like re-upload it into Etsy. You want to make all of your sizes first. So for this part of the video, you will need Canva Pro if you're following me like step by step. The resize function is really good if you're creating stuff like this. Now, if you don't have Canva Pro, I really don't know how to resize it. You'll have to play around with it. If you want to try out Canva Pro free for 30 days, I have that for you in my description box, so make sure you check that out. I always have that because Canva Pro is the freaking bomb. But anyways, we'll go over here to resize, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to click this checkbox, and then I'm going to change this to, I've got it right here, 16 by 20 and 18 by 24. But if you don't have it under recents, then you can always go back over here to the listing that you took a look at and see what sizing they offer. So we're going to do 16 by 20 and then 18 by 24. And then we're going to hit copy and resize. And now it's going to create 2 more listings for me, already resized, so I don't have to do any extra work, which is amazing. But I am going to change the title of this because, you know, like I said a few minutes ago, Etsy doesn't like it when you try to upload stuff that has parentheses in it. So weird. But anyways, I'll wait for all this to come up and then I'll resize it and just talk with you guys the whole time. So let's see. We're going to do 16 by 20, actually 16 by 20. And then we're going to change this one to 18 by 24. And we're going to go ahead and change this first one instead of 811 to 8 by 11. Okay, so now we've got all of our different sizing taken care of, and this looks pretty good. That one looks good, that one looks good, and that one looks good. So now comes the saving part. So there are a couple different options when it comes to like saving and downloading these images properly. Some people like to download them as JPEG. Some people like PDFs. Now, if I were selling this as like a printable specifically and not something that you can change around as like a template or use digitally, I would choose PDF print. It says it's best for printing. So we're going to go with this. So I'm going to do PDF print. I'm not going to do the crop marks and bleed. If you're trimming this design, okay, yeah, we're not going to trim the design after printing, so you don't have to do that. But I am going to go ahead and hit flatten PDF. Flattening your PDF can help ensure it prints properly, and we definitely want to make sure that it prints properly for our customers, so we're going to check that box. Color profile, RGB, RGB, wow, best for digital use. We're going to hit that, and then we're going to hit best for professional printing because, like I said, this is not going to be a digital product. This is going to be a physical product. And once we do that, then we're going to hit download. And this is probably going to take a minute, but it'll be okay. So we're also going to save one of these as a JPEG or PNG, and I'll show you why in just a minute, but I'm actually going to go in here to Dropbox, and I'm going to do a new folder, and I'm going to do preppy wall art just so I know where everything is saved, and we're going to save. And then we're going to do that for the 16 by 20 and the 18 by 24. And then I'm also going to save the 16 by 20 as a PNG for our listing photo. And I will see you in just a second so we can go ahead and start the listing photo. Okay, so to make a listing photo to upload this into Etsy, you'll need to go back to the home screen and go to create a design, custom size, but this time from inches, we're going to change it to pixels, and we're going to do 2000 by 2000. Some people might say other sizes work better, but for me, I've always used 2000 by 2000 and I've never had any issues. So we're going to roll with that. So we'll wait until this comes up, and then we will just drag and drop what we need to into this upload section. So if you try to like drag and drop or just upload any kind of PDF back into like this area of Canva, it's not going to work. So for instance, here we go. All right, upload error. Please choose only JPEG, PNG, whatever. Okay, got it. So that's why I saved it as a PNG, right? So, oh my God, I'm going to move myself around for a second. And I'm just going to drag and drop the PDF version of this up in here. Maybe my face will move around. All right. So when it comes to actually like putting your photo into a mock-up for Canva, Canva now has their own smart mock-ups, but I really don't like that for wall art. If you're looking for cheap wall art, or not wall art, if you're looking for cheap mock-up photos, you can always buy mock-up photos from Etsy, from Creative Market, probably Creative Fabrica, even though I haven't ever checked on there. So a long time ago, I bought some mock-up photos. So that's what this is. So we're going to add this, maybe. I don't know what's going on. Okay, that was really weird. Sorry about that. So I'm dragging and dropping this, and I'm going to make it fit into this page. So now we've got this little white area, and what we're going to do is we're going to, oh my God, not do that. We're going to add this photo that we just created back into here, and hopefully it fits. I don't know. Usually it does, but we'll see. So now we're just going to move it around a little bit. And ta-da! There is our picture. Now this is like a very quick way to do it. This is not, I would spend more time on it, basically is what I'm saying, if I were actually going to list this on Etsy. But for this video, I think this is like pretty good, pretty efficient. Now if you wanted to go the smart mock-up, the smart mock-up route, words are really hard for me tonight, you would just drag and drop. So you just drag and drop this picture onto here. You would go to edit image and then smart mockups. And there's a lot of different smart mockups you can choose. You can put it into a phone, you can put it into a laptop, you can put it into a business card, or you could do one of these frames. So for instance, we'll do this one and see how this looks. Sometimes it looks good, sometimes it doesn't. Like this one, like I don't really think that looks good, but that's how you would do the smart mock-up with the Canva, smart mock-up with Canva, if I can talk. Okay, so this is what our picture is going to look like, and we're going to save this as a PNG. We're going to download it, and then we're going to save it where our other wall art is, and there's that. So now we're going to go into Etsy, and I'm going to show you what this looks like and like how to upload this as a listing. Okay, so I'm in my Etsy shop manager. I went to listings, and I'm going to go ahead and add a new listing. And what we're going to do is we're going to add a photo, and we're going to use the photo that we just created. So we're going to go over here to Preppy Wall Art and double click on it, and then we're going to do instant download, and that's that. Now, if I were actually like listing this to sell it on my shop, I would add way more than just this one photo. For like SEO purposes, and then also just to make the customer experience a lot easier. If you add multiple photos, that just creates more trust with the customer. And if you add listing photos with like words on it, as far as like kind of what you say in your description, that's also going to help the customer because they're not going to have to message you if they have questions. I mean, some people just do. But the more descriptive you are in your listing photos and like the better your listing photos look, I just feel like that's a better experience overall for you and your customer. So just for this, we're going to add this primary photo, but that's it. If you wanted to, you could always adjust this. Like you can make it bigger, but I don't think that looks good. We're going to keep it small, and I'm just going to center the photo. I think that looks pretty good. Yeah, it looks pretty good. And all right, cool. Your thumbnail has been saved. All right, so you could always create a video for it. I've never created videos for it, but according to the July 2020 analysis of 5 million buyers, videos are always a good option. Again, that could also be something that your customers like to see. The more the customer sees the product being used and how it looks in person, the better off it is. So for this, a video might be good, but it's not absolutely necessary. So now when it comes to the title, oh my God, I closed out this E-rank thing. So let's go back to E-rank before we create the title, and I will show you why. I'm going to close out some of these tabs because it's kind of making my brain hurt. And I'm going to go over here. We're going to go to keyword tool, and we're going to type in preppy wall art, and we're going to see what comes up. So I know a lot of people are like, oh, don't repeat keywords in your title. Don't stuff your title with keywords because that's bad for SEO. But the more descriptive you are of your product, the better Etsy is going to be able to rank it and your customers are going to be able to find it. So what I would do with my title, if I were doing this, of course, this is slowing down and I don't need it to slow down. Okay, so on E-rank, if you scroll down a little bit, there's a section of most popular tags, right? The first one I would do not printable wall art. I would do preppy wall art, since that's what we're going for. That's the first one we're trying to target. And basically, I would use these tags right here to fill out this whole title. So to split up your, so you can't do, so if, that's very confusing. If you do preppy wall art and then you want to do printable wall art, you can't just type this in and not have any commas. So like preppy room decor, like you can't just do that because that does look like keyword stuffing and that is like very spammy looking. So always use a comma, either use a comma or use like this thing. I think this looks better, but anytime you use like extra spaces, that's taking up more characters. So if you have a lot of like words that you want to use here, then just split them up with commas. So let's see, preppy room decor, girly wall art, trendy wall art. Okay, words are really hard for me tonight. Let's see, pink preppy wall art. I mean, it's pink. I don't know if I would consider that preppy, maybe the colors. Let's see what else. Let's see. Let's see. Retro wall art. Let's see, wall prints trendy. Okay, wall prints trendy. And then let's see, let's go back to Etsy and try to find that listing to see. Okay, here it is. So let's see exactly what they've used. So pink wall art print, preppy room decor. Did we use preppy room decor? Let's see. Preppy room decor. Yeah, we did. Let's see. Abstract wall art. Let's see. Just for this, let's see. Hot pink wall art. And then let's go for a few more. So we'll do colorful wall art. Actually, it won't let us do anything else. Let's just do colorful wall art. Okay. I know that took a while, but that's how I do it. If there's an easier way to do it or a way that you like better, then let me know in the comments, but that's how we're going to do it. Let's see. I made it, what is it? A finished product, and I made it 2020 to 2022. Okay. So category, this is really important, and that's another thing that I really like about eRank. eRank will tell you the most popular categories for whatever keyword you're looking for, right? So art and collectibles, prints, and digital prints. So we're going to go ahead and just type in digital prints. And this means that shoppers will be able to find this item in all these categories. So when it comes to all these different attributes, so like colors, height, width, all that fun stuff, all of this is optional. But like I said a few minutes ago, the more you can put on your listing about your product, the better it's going to be. So we're going to do primary color pink, secondary color green. And I'm not going to do the width and height or any of this stuff. Home style. Yeah, I really don't know what to put right here. I guess art deco. I don't know. Maybe I'm gonna leave that one blank. It's not really for an occasion, and it's definitely not for a holiday, but for the room. It could be for a dorm room. It could be for a bedroom. It could be for a bathroom. Could be for an office, but I don't really think it fits the other ones. I think it's abstract, so we're going to do abstract. And yeah, I think we're just going to keep it there. So for the renewal options, I always have mine automatic because I don't want to have to once you have a lot of listings, you don't want to have to think about manually going in there and renewing them. So I just keep it to automatic. And then for this one, since it is a printable listing, we're going to change it to digital. And for the description, I always like to put a disclaimer at the top that says, with a star in front of it, this listing is for a digital download only. No prints and or items will be mailed to you. And then I would go into my description. I'm not going to go into the description because it took me long enough with the title, and this would literally take me at least 30 more minutes, and I don't want to have to make some hour-long YouTube video. So you just put something here. So you would do, so for this one, it's a very basic description. All right. So I would start out with some kind of hook, and then I would include sizing. So what's included? Let's see. Three sizes are included with this listing. I would do, all right, let's do standard 8x11, 4:5 ratio, and then
3:4 ratio. Let's see, 16 by 20. I think this is the right one. If it's not, it's cool because I'm not actually going to list this, but whatever. Just be descriptive as you can. And then 18 by 24. And then how to download, not in all caps, but put your instructions here. So like after, you have to be very specific with this, because if you're not, people will try to message you about like really weird random things. So just be as descriptive as possible. If you have to look at some of your competitors' listings and get ideas from there, then that's okay. Just don't take their description word for word. Just use it as like an outline. That's what I do, and that's what I would recommend you do. So anyways, and then at the end you would put like, please message me if you have any questions about this listing or my shop. Thank you for visiting, and I hope to see you again soon. Okay, not going to add a production partner because it's just me. It's just your girl here. Okay, so for section, you don't have to pick a section, but if you do have different types of listings, not different niches, but like different types of listings. So if you have like printable wall art versus like, I don't know, printable quotes or something, maybe you might want to have a section for wall art, and then you might want to have a section for quotes, and then have a section for like whatever. Not going to add this into any section because this is not something that I'm actually posting to my shop. And then comes the fun part. Here comes the tags. So we're basically going to use this same stuff as the tags. We don't want to use one word tags, because if we just use the word pink or green, like it's so vague. You want to be as descriptive as possible, right? So we're going to do, I don't know if this is going to fit. Printable wall art. Okay, that fit. Preppy wall art, preppy room decor, trendy wall art, pink wall art, retro wall art, wall prints, trendy, wall art, printable. Let's see. Preppy wall prints. Preppy dorm decor. That might be a good one. Preppy office decor, preppy office art, and then preppy dorm art. All right, there we go. All 13 were used. Now, some of these, like the preppy office art and preppy dorm art, they did not come from E-Rank, but if you have this word decor, you could always like switch it out for art. That's what I do with all my stuff. Now, you might want to use stuff directly from E-Rank, or you could just come up with stuff. I don't know how you want to do it, but that's how I do it. Okay, so not going to add any materials because I just used it on Canva. I didn't actually like paint anything or like create art from scratch. Okay, so for pricing, this is another cool thing about E-Rank. There were over 100 listings analyzed, and it said the average price was $674. So if we go to this competitor right here, it's $529. They're a bestseller. I would put mine a little higher than $529. I would probably do like, you know what, we're going to go with $674. That's kind of a random number, but I like it. I always I always price my products slightly higher than the competitors. I don't really have a good reason behind that. I just like to do it that way. Quantity, you can put up to like 1,000, I think, $9.99. I don't think it'll let you put 1,000. Yeah. I wouldn't put $9.99, but I would put at least like 10. So I'm going to go with 20. I think that's a good number. I don't put SKUs for this. We're not going to personalize this. So now we're just going to upload the files. So let's see. This might work. Okay. So you can drag and drop these. Here's the 18 by 24. Here is the 16 by 20. If it uploads. Okay, I don't think it's going to upload. So we're going to go to upload file and we're going to do, let's see, we did the 18 by 24. So we're going to do the 16 by 20 PDF and the 8 by 11 PDF, and we're going to open and put them here. Now, if you offer more than 5 sizes, then you can always create a zip file and upload it, or you can do the Dropbox thing. I will link my Dropbox video up here and in the description box so you can take a look at that if you're unfamiliar with Dropbox and how that works. But regardless of like how you upload them, I would definitely put in the description that, you know, it comes with X amount of files. And I would also include an FAQ document. I think I have a video on that, but I'll go over it briefly on here. So we're going to leave this page and we're just going to create a really quick custom size, like letter size document. So 8.5 by 11, create a new design. And we're basically going to put on this FAQ document what we put in the description, but I'm just going to type some stuff on here because I'm not trying to go like super in depth to what exactly I would put. So I would put, thank you for your purchase. Included in this listing is 3 sizes of your preppy wall art print. You should receive an email with the downloads or go into your Etsy purchases and download these. Please let me know if you have any questions. I appreciate your business. All right, that is a lot, but we're gonna roll with it. And this font is horrible, but just for this video, whatever. Okay, thank you. And we're going to share this as a, download this as a PDF, and we're just going to download it. It doesn't have to be a print PDF. It can just be a standard one. And we're going to put this in here. Now, if I were like actually listing this, I would definitely spend more than like 2.5 minutes working on this. Let me move my face around a little bit. Okay. And it's not going to upload, so we're going to have to go over here to upload file and do thank you. Oh, and I would put that up here too. So what's included? FAQ document. Standard 8 by 11 photo. Okay. And that's what I would do. So I'm going to go ahead and preview this. And if it looks good, then you could either save it as a draft or publish it. I'm not going to publish it. Okay, and this is something that I've noticed. I put this as a digital item like every time, but it still asks me for my shipping stuff. So I don't know if that's something new that Etsy's doing. If it is, and you're still watching this, then like, let me know if this happens for you. But this is what happens for me, and I don't know why it does this. So I don't really have any answers as far as like how to avoid the shipping stuff. But anyways, that's how you do all this in a nutshell. I hope this video wasn't too long and that you like understand fully how to do a little bit of keyword research and do the whole 9 yards. If you're still watching, I really appreciate you watching until the end, and make sure again that you like today's video, that you subscribe below, and I hope to see you guys again soon.